Well, some breaking news on the situation in Yemen. In the last few moments, the UN Special Envoy has said that he expresses concern about what's happening in Yemen and about the recent developments there, urging all involved to exercise maximum restraint. So the UN Special Envoy for Yemen is urging all involved, all parties involved, to exercise maximum restraint and expressed concern about recent developments involving Yemen. That's, of course, after those airstrikes by the US, which also involved UK forces. Well, let's bring in our international correspondent, John Sparks. He joins me from the newsroom with the latest too. So, John, we have, it seems, neither side, the US or the Houthis, as we've just been hearing in that report, willing to back down, both sides showing that they are strong enough to continue in this battle, but the UN expressing concern.
Yeah, I mean, not a great surprise that Yemen has been affected by what is essentially a civil war and a regional war since 2014, when the Houthis, which is essentially a militia group, a rebel group, began a campaign against the then government. That conflict has caused great human suffering, and it's drawn in the Saudis and others, Iran as well, on the behalf of the Houthis. So, yeah, not surprised to hear that a lot of people have died over the last 9 years in Yemen. It's caused real human suffering, and this certainly doesn't help, does it? The Americans coming back the second evening, more strikes, this time just on a single site, we understand, on a radar station. My guess is that this site that they hit on the second night was something that they essentially missed, or they didn't completely destroy on the first night of strikes, when they hit 60 targets in 28 different locations. Obviously, that is a big military endeavor, but I think we do have to ask, well, what did the Americans achieve here? Because, as you were saying, Saima, the Houthis have come back and said, look, you haven't done that much damage to our equipment, to our capabilities to hit shipping in the Red Sea. They've vowed to retaliate today. Their spokesman said that they would deliver a strong and effective response. So there you go. You don't see much. You really see very little indication of a change of behavior on behalf of the Houthis. From American officials, we have heard the belief that they have affected the ability of the Houthis to target shipping. So they think that they've done some of the job. They think that they have degraded the ability of the Houthis to carry out some of these more complex missions. You may remember from a couple of weeks ago, the Houthis landed a helicopter with commandos on top of a Japanese carrier that was carrying a cargo ship. That was quite a complicated endeavor. The Americans think they won't be able to do that anymore. But I don't think anybody thinks that we've seen the last of the Houthis and their attacks on shipping in the Red Sea.
John, thanks very much indeed.